Well, the UAW expanded its strike to include the GM assembly plant in Arlington. It's a valuable bargaining chip, but the move could impact more than just auto workers. Joining me this morning is Dr. Garry Smith, a clinical associate professor of marketing at the UNT Ryan College of Business. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Brandon.
So this nationwide UAW strike, it's in its 6th week, and in these contract fights, a lot of times it's all about the perception with the consumer. So in this one, does the UAW look favorable in this strike, or would consumers maybe see them as bad guys?
Consumers are under a lot of pressure right now due to the inflation that's occurred over the last couple of years. There have been studies that have shown that the average household in the United States is spending about $700 a month more on their basic necessities just in the last 2 years. Striking for higher wages right now will put price pressure on the domestic vehicles produced by the big three automakers that are subject to the UAW strike. And most consumers are going to understand where increases in prices to those vehicles will come from once the negotiations are settled. There's going to be a wage increase. It's just the magnitude that's yet to be decided. And as consumers, we don't like to pay more for things, particularly when we're under financial pressures. Right now, delinquencies on car loans are at about a 30-year high. A little bit over 6% of all automobile loans are more than 60 days delinquent.
Yeah, and you can look at a lot of the car lots, the dealership lots, all around the country, and a lot of them still look empty. So is that a component of this as well? You get this extended work stoppage, and that might lead to more shortages at the dealerships. And then, like you were mentioning, that might lead to higher prices?
Exactly right, Brandon. The fact that dealer car lots are noticeably emptier than they've been historically. Right now, the local, the GM Arlington plant that produces the large SUVs that Chevrolet and Cadillac and GMC offer for sale, those models are at about half of their desired level of inventory. Most automobile dealerships like to carry about a 60-day inventory of automobile models, and those models now are down to about a 30-day inventory, and that's according to Cox Automotive, which tracks the industry.
And you've got GM claiming in its latest offer that most of its workforce would make $40 an hour by the end of this contract, and there are probably a lot of people out there that would love to make $40 an hour. So why does the union feel that's not enough?
That's an interesting point. General Motors just announced their financial results for the previous quarter yesterday and had a 1% increase overall in their profits, and with the UAW right now going out on strike seeking a wage increase of about 40%, it's hard to see how the math equals out. And the potential result of the higher prices and increased shortages of very popular models. If you look around in Texas, there's a lot of Suburbans and Tahoes and Escalades and Yukons being driven. People won't be able to afford them. People won't be able to find them. And right now, particularly in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I don't know that we want to experience a lot of disappointment. We should be fired up about the Rangers being in the World Series right now.
Right, that we are as well. Of course, you have a lot of these workers, too, saying, hey, GM, you're making a lot of these profits, record profits. We're the ones that got you there, so pay us, what we should be paid. Anyway, it's a sticky issue. Dr. Garry Smith, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks.
Thanks, Brandon.